Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Sam and the fire machine I'm sitting on is Casey, or K for short. Today we're going for a short ride south, just to have a night's camping at Southwold and a little wander. So if that sounds of any interest to you, stick along for a ride. Just riding past Gapton Hall Estate in Yarmouth now, going on to the old A12 past Lowestoft and then through Alton Broad. Traffic shouldn't be awful. It's a Thursday, so should be in Southwold about 50 minutes-ish. Right, Casey here is a 1200 Nightster, basically a Harley Sportster, but all black and a bit of gunmetal instead of all chrome. Lovely bike, bit on the heavy side, but ideal for my height, so I'll forgive her that. It's cheapest this bar made, which you'll probably see a bit later. It's good for strapping your camping bag to as well, so all in all, suits me nicely. We're just getting into Alton Broad now, coming up the High Street and the Wee Bridge. Traffic is, oh, nod. Traffic's picking up a bit now, but to be honest, as long as I'm moving, I don't really mind going a bit slow. I'm not in a rush to get there, I'm not going to be filtering. Bumpy across the train tracks. Oh, nod. Alton Broad, in all its trafficy glory. I swear I've been following this bin lorry for a significant part of my adult life now. Just continuous traffic in the other way. Ooh, no. Ooh, no. Well, guess this is life now. Freedom! Freedom! Well, out of the doldrums now, and oh, blimey, that crashed into an Audi. This is basically now just a straight shot Southwold and some nicer B roads, which are a bit more interesting for me to ride along than dual carriageway. Seen a few Americans posting on Instagram threads recently about being absolutely terrified of British roads when they're travelling over here, but I will take this any day over a 10-lane highway or some bland residential street. Mind you, I say that as I'm driving down the most boring straight bit of road with no views aside from hedgerows. And here's the bland residential street I was just whinging about. And we're officially in Southwold. Took just over 50 minutes. Traffic got a bit interesting, but there's probably a reason for that. Ah, yep, that'll do it. Bloody great big circus. Welcome to Southwold campsite. Just cruise in, all softly catchy monkey like. Well, here we are. What a lovely spot. I think the wind's going to be coming from that direction today, so not the best for windproof, but yeah. Hello, rabbit. Cool, let's go. Now, I've actually got a new tent. Not used this one yet. I've put it up in the garden just to make sure the bit's there, but well, it's not going to rain tonight,
but it is going to be a little bit windy. It's going to be interesting. So, obviously not a massive tent. Packs down alright, not bad for riding with it on my back. Supposedly 3 to 4 man tent. They never ever are. 2 man or 1 man plus a big bag. Did come with guy lines and some absolutely awful little shepherd's hook tent pegs, which I will not be using. I've got my own. Now I bought this primarily because I was sick of trying to put my other tent up in windy weather and messing around with fiberglass poles. It just acted like a massive sail, so hopefully this one's not going to do that. Well, it was as easy as that. Even fiddling around with it. That's what, 10-15 seconds? That's a little bit better. Size-wise, to be honest, probably about the same size as my other 2-man tent. Might be a touch longer. It's nice that we've got these little awning bits just to keep rain off the zips and the doors. Although I wouldn't trust any of this stitching whatsoever. You can see it's already pulled pretty taut. Yeah, not bad. 2 doors, 2 windows, mesh inners on all 4. So let's get some stuff in it. Forgot to mention, I always stick a tarp down underneath anyway. This one's not quite big enough to reach the entire way to the back, but it's just become habit. It's useful if it starts raining, and it's not waterproof because I can guy line it over the top. And plus it's just another layer of insulation from the ground. One interesting point, just to make it difficult for me, is I haven't bought any extra pegs for the guy line. So if it does get windy later, mind you, what's the point of testing something if you're not perpetually stressed the entire time? About the same size as my other cheap tent. You know what? It might be just a touch wider and also a touch longer. I've still got my boots on. Yeah, my toes touching this end, but my head is actually clear of this end. So if I sleep slightly on the wonk, I shouldn't be touching either. Yeah, it's alright. Like all polyester tents, it is buggery warm in here already. Lots of stretched stitching already. You can see it shining through there. I've pulled this quite taut to give myself half a chance for the wind. But yeah, lots of bright spots in the walls and roof as well. We'll see. It was only sheep. Now, for sleep, I have a new inflatable camping mat because my last one exploded and left me on the floor in the freezing cold. And with this, I also have my newest gadget, inspired by a certain camping YouTuber, portable air pump. This one's by Westune. There's a lot more better known manufacturers of them, and I've only tested it a couple of times just to make sure it actually works. It's fully charged, and it's going to save my lungs a little bit. And secondly, for sleeping, went against my better judgment, and I bought the big sleeping bag, because as I said about the camping mat, I was left on the floor, and it wasn't even a particularly cold night. It probably got down to about 6 maybe, so not all that, but my cheap summer sleeping bag was not enough. Oh, it was not enough. So, I mean, this is not actual free season. They say they are, but it's not. But I've slept in it a couple of times. It's going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable tonight, especially when the wind picks up. I did used to have a lovely sky blue one, the one that blew up, and now I have this horrendous RNLI orange thing. At least I'll be seen if I need rescuing. Right, take the top off. Hold the button for 3 seconds, turn the travel lock off. There we go. And this does sound like a jet engine, so this audio is going to sound pretty appalling, I apologise. And there we go. One pumped up mat, and I don't feel like I can see demons from oxygen deprivation. Now, you might say it's a little bit paranoid on a nice campsite in Southwold, but I'm paranoid. I like this bike and I intend to keep it for a while. Oh, that was noisy. There's a disc lock as well. One point I have just noticed is there is no separate rain fly. There's toggles to add a rain fly, but this didn't come with one. And I swear the picture had one. I swear it did. But maybe that's a smaller one without the windows. They're going to be flappy. Ooh, could regret this choice of tent. So I just realised that on my way over to the toilet block and back, said hello to a few people, said good afternoon, all pleasant. Just realised I had my flies undone. So there's that. Well, I'm kind of set up. Half an hour with talking to you guys, so that's pretty much standard for how long it takes me. All my stuff's kind of dumped, as you can see. This is pretty typical for how I camp, to be honest. I'll clear all this up a little bit better later. After I cook, I tend to put things away back in the bag, so it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. Then I can pull the sleep mat over to this end and I'll sleep on a bit of the diagonal. Well, just a point that I thought someone might find interesting, just the stuff that I brought with me today. I don't normally come with this much stuff, I don't know why I feel so prepared for. But yep, extra battery for the GoPro and the charging block. Very, very bright torch. Saying that, you can barely see it there. Very bright torch at night. The tiny air pump. You can see how big that is against the GoPro batteries. Very, very similar size. Weighs about the same as well. I have a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. It's fully charged. Also, I learnt this last year. I have another power bank specifically for use with these. It was only cheap. Well, I say cheap. Probably about £10, I suppose. If I can find how much it was, I'll stick it up on the screen. And that will jumpstart my bike off a dead battery, which I did have last year before I had that. Also, solar charger that opens up into 5 panels, and they claim it's 30 watts. Wouldn't say it's 30 watts, but in direct sunlight, this will charge my phone from flat to about 50-60% in about 2 hours, which I don't think is too bad for something that cost, again, if I've got the price, I'll stick it on screen, probably no more than £7 or £8, I don't think. And then, of course, a folding windscreen to put around camp stove. I have cooking utensils, folding utensils in there, matches, fire starting stuff, some cleaning stuff, and also the actual stove to go on top of my gas canister. That's feeling worryingly empty, so I better not try and cook a roast. Almost forgot crucial camping kit. So I don't really cook per se when I'm camping. I'm only away for a day anyway, so I don't bring anything with me normally. Maybe pork and beans, rice meals, that sort of thing. Add some meat in, make tacos, something like that. But I haven't brought anything with me because Southwold is just over there. So I think I'll knock on the door of Mr. Tesco and see what he's got. Now, I don't think I'll probably bring the camera with me into Southwold, just because it's something I have to leave in a pub, which I inevitably will go into. So yeah, I'll probably phone anything relevant on my phone, splice everything together, just a little walk up. I'm not going to do the pier and all that sort of thing. That's time for something for another day. Yeah. Well, I'm about 3/4 of the way in Southwold now. I'm about to take my hat off. Oh, when that sun comes out, is it warm? Kind of regretting the 2 jackets now. And actually, talking about wind, it's coming from not quite northeast maybe, flying over the seawall. It's really quite windy here, and it's a straight line behind me back to the tent. But hopefully the rise and fall of the fields behind me might slow that wind down a little bit. Otherwise, oh, it's going to be a noisy night. Just getting into town now. I believe a pint is in order, perhaps a little bit of grub, and then perhaps see what time Mr. Tesco closes the door.
What's the phone in that one back there?
Well, blimey, I know it's a Thursday before a bank holiday, but it's 6:10. Empty day in Southwold. Don't think I've ever seen it like this with the Senate. Well, got my supplies from Mr. Tesco. Kindly open the shop for me. Oh, the treats that I've got in store tonight. Woo! Bear in mind, I'm not fancy. And the circus is in town, if you couldn't guess. Now, sun's come back out again. Just walking past the circus, walked past the water tower as well. On the back way down to the working harbour. You can see how far the dunes I was walking on earlier are. Difference is night and day. Still see the trees moving over there, so it's still windy. Almost dead still here, you can tell by my hair not moving much. Flipping gorgeous, it's lovely. Oh, now we're in the shadow of the water tower. Still warm. And now just a stone's throw from arguably the best pub in Southwold, certainly my favourite, the Harbour Inn. Now at the Harbour Inn you can sit out the back in the black hole of Calcutta out of the sun, or if you're very lucky you can sit out the front. I'm hoping my luck holds up and I can sit in the sunshine for a little bit. See, it's a beautiful evening. Let's have a look-see.
I'll show you that part.
So big.
Toby in the middle of his exam.
last one to leave the pub. About 9:30, still light. Light but cold. The jacket's done up, hat's back on. So, a short walk home and work in harbour, and back to the tent. I should say that after a big portion of scampi and fries, and then just as the bar was closing, another portion of cheesy chips means that I probably might be cooking tonight. I'm absolutely stuffed. So the generous treats from Mr. Tesco might go uneaten tonight, so they'll go back into the camping bag. Well, back in the tent. The wind has dropped down considerably, even since earlier. It's cold, had to walk back with me in a jacket on, but not too bad in here. Feels warmer than it is outside at least. Mat's gone down a bit, but yeah, it's got cold, so I need to reinflate that a little bit. Yeah, what a fantastic day, or fantastic afternoon and evening. Cutling Lord Nelson, Cutling the Harbour Inn, some fantastic food, which is why I'm not cooking tonight, as I said earlier. It's about 5 to 10 now, and lovely sunset outside, but it's just too cold. It's too cold to sit out there. I'll sit out for a little bit and have one of these, maybe two. So yeah, I'm going to have a cider or two, watch what's left of the sunset, and brush my teeth, wash my face, and bed in. And that's Southwold for the day. Cheers. Before I go to bed, I was looking for my little air pump to pump up the camp bed. I thought, can't find it. Where is it? Look for everything. Look for absolutely everything. I've had everything up and out of the tent, in the tent, out of the tent, in the tent. Could not find it. Honestly, don't do alcohol, kids. So, now that I realise my glasses are on top of my head, I think that's time for me to go to bed, so see you in the morning.
Well, good morning. It's about 6:30. Obviously, these single skin tents let in a bit of light, so I woke up when the sun come up. Been awake for about an hour, I suppose. Yeah, perfectly fine. Nice that the wind dropped down. I think this would have been quite loud. It's a bit of a crinkly tent. Yeah, glad that I brought my sleeping mat. Very glad I bought this big sleeping bag. It did get very cold last night. Blanket was a bit of a unnecessary luxury. But yeah, perfectly acceptable night's sleep, really. Now I'm absolutely desperate to go to the loo, so I'm going to go do that.
Better day at 6 this morning. Clouds have really come over, and chilly now as well. I'm going to stick my jacket on, packing up. And yeah, on to my least favourite thing in the world, which is packing up, because nothing ever goes back in the bag as it did when I came. Better get to it. Behave. Took about 25 minutes. I guess that's it. Goodbye to Southwold for a while. Still got a couple of nights credit here, so I will be back, but I won't bother filming that unless I suddenly become incredibly interesting by the next time I'm here. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and bye. Right, let's have a bimble.